Hi YouTube and welcome to Maria's Kitchen. For today I have another recipe for you, and it's a vegetable lasagna. I'm also using meat as well, but I want to show you how to make a squash green zucchini lasagna. It's the lasagna I've been making now for a while, and I like as an alternative. Instead of using pasta, you can use this. Okay, so the first thing you need is a package of ground beef. You can get a small package of ground beef, and this is about a small because when you small to a medium, but it's just that a lot of grease comes out. So remember how I showed you in other videos how to prepare your meat just like the other lasagna? The only difference is that I put bigger chunks of, you see the white there, they're bigger chunks of garlic. And also, since this is a vegetable lasagna, I added chopped onions, I added chopped red peppers and chopped green peppers. And then you can use whatever pasta sauce of your preference, okay? So, and then you just put it like that and put it on the side. Make sure you drain as much liquid as possible as you can. Now, if you want your meat to be more saucy, you can put more sauce. But because the zucchini has a lot of water, when you bake it in the oven, water is going to come out of it. So it'll make my my meat, more watery. So that's why I'm not going to add any more sauce to it. You're going to need a package of shredded mozzarella cheese. This is a 16 ounce. And you're also going to need chopped parsley. It could be curly parsley or just a regular parsley, and just chop it and put it on the side. I'll tell you how much you'll be using of it later. And after you do the meat, then you're ready to start with the zucchini. So first thing you do with this is zucchini. So the package has 3. So I'm going to try to use all 3. You see how I cut off the top here? So then that's what you're going to do. Let me show you. I cut mine off, you see? I cut it off. So I'm going to be using one of these. Make sure you wash these, okay? Drink some more water. And this is going to give me those nice even slices. If you don't have this, you can also just do it the regular way, where you just put it down and you hold it and you just slice it with a knife. But I'm going to do it this way, which is easier. And I'm going to try on setting 2 to see how I like it. And let me try one now, and then I'll show you. Okay, that's the skin. Let's put it again. Okay, so this is how I want mine. You see how thin they are? So I'm using it on setting 2. So you're going to do that with all 3 of the zucchinis, and then set them on the side, and then I'll get back to you with the next step. Okay, so here is all 3 of the zucchini squash. So you have them on a plate. You don't have to season them. For me, I don't season them because I think my meat has enough seasoning. Also, back to the meat, if you do not want to use meat and make this all vegetable lasagna, then by all means, you can go ahead and do that. This is just the way I'm showing you, the way I'm going to do mine. You don't have to follow it exactly that way. So the next thing you need is, you need another bowl, a fork. Let me see if I can put this up a little. Okay, sorry. Okay, now to this, I'm going to add 1 medium egg. Okay, now to this, I'm going to be using, I'm using part skim because that's what they had, but you can use whichever ricotta you want. And I'm using the small one. This is 15 ounces, okay? So I'm going to put the whole thing inside. Okay, I should have scrambled the egg first, but it's okay. You're going to mix this together, okay? Now, before I continue mixing, I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. Okay, this is about 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then I'm going to add the chopped parsley. I'm not going to use this whole thing right now because I'm going to save some for later, but a handful like this. Okay, just a little bit more. So let me show you what that looks like right there. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to mix it together. Oops. You're going to mix them together. Now to this, I don't add salt. Some people add salt, but the cheese to me has enough salt, so don't need to. So, and if you don't have fresh parsley, you can just use the bottled parsley. But I'm going to warn you from now, There's a huge difference taste-wise. So I got all my ingredients ready, and I'm ready to layer. This is the pan that I'm using. Okay, it's just a square glass oven pan. You can also use a disposable aluminum pan. So you're going to start off just like you start off a regular lasagna. And you're going to put the sauce, the meat sauce, in the bottom. And spread it. Spread a little bit more. Now this, because of the fact that it doesn't have the pasta, this is it has less carbs. Okay, so then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to layer my zucchini slices. So I'm going to layer them this way, slightly overlapping each other. Okay, slightly overlapping. So let me finish layering them, and I'm going to turn the camera to show you. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm gonna lay one this way. Okay, so look, see how I slightly layered them? And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put more meat on top. Okay. Turn your oven on to 350 if you haven't turned it on. Now is a good time to turn it on. You can also prepare this the day before. Okay, next is my ricotta. So I like to put the corners first. And then I put one in the middle. And with the same spoon, I flatten them down. Kind of like mix them in. I like to make sure that every spot has ricotta. See? So let me just turn this so you can see, like that. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is go on to my mozzarella. Okay, so there's like about a handful of mozzarella. Okay, and the next thing, the fresh parsley that I told you to save the rest, chopped. So we're gonna put some more on top just to give it that nice Italian flavor. And then next step, more layers. So you saw that I layered them this way. So now I'm going to layer them this way. Okay. Just to ensure that when I cut into it and I pick it up, it doesn't fall apart on me. Okay. And you're going to repeat the process about 3 times. So you see this is one layer, this is the second layer, and you're going to put it with the meat, and you're going to put another layer. I still have all this zucchini left, as you can see. So, which means this should make about 2 of these. Okay, if you spread the meat, you know, as much as you can. Okay, so let me finish the layers and then I'll show you. So this is 3 layers of zucchini, 3 layers of meat with the cheese, and yes, it is gonna overflow. So if you have a baking sheet, this is the baking sheet that I have. Put it in the baking sheet, so that when it overflows, it doesn't hit the bottom of your oven. So I'm gonna put this in my oven for 350 degrees, and I'm gonna save for half an hour because the vegetable shouldn't take that long. So half an hour to about 45 minutes. Okay, and yes, I ended up using all the meat. I ended up using all the ricotta. And I had just a little bit of mozzarella cheese, and I used I put on the top, I put the rest of the parsley. So this is how much zucchini I have left now. This zucchini is still good, so I'm not going to throw this out. This I'm going to use for another recipe, which I'll try to see if I can record it as well. I'm going to show you another way to use a vegetable, another alternative for another recipe instead of pasta. So I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to take it out and I'll show you the finished product. So my zucchini lasagna is out of the oven, and you see what I told you. This is why I was telling you to put it on a baking sheet, because it's going to overflow. And remember what I explained to you earlier, that the zucchini has water, so that's another reason why it overflowed. Number one, because I had it full, and a nice full 3 layers. Also the cheese once it melts, and also the zucchini, the water from the zucchini. So you take it out the oven, and I left it for about 50 minutes in the oven. It's almost an hour. It depends on how your oven is. So I would say 50 minutes, but just check it. You don't want to burn it. And I'm gonna let it sit here for about, because it's really hot, so I'm gonna let it sit here about 10 to 15 minutes before I cut it. You can even leave it up to 20 minutes. If I cut it right now, then it'll just separate. All the layers will separate, and you don't want that. You're gonna have a mess. And you want that when you cut into it, it's a nice layer. It's nicely layered and together. So I'm leaving it here for about 20 minutes, and then I'll cut into it. Okay, so the lasagna has cooled down, and now I'm ready to cut into it. So let's cut into it and serve it. Okay guys, so here you have it. This is your vegetable lasagna. This is a zucchini lasagna. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Until next time.